Hey, what's up, everybody? Just want to talk about the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. Now, chances are you have seen several videos on this topic. I have seen several videos on this topic, most of which I don't agree with. But the one video that I did agree with, most of the video I agreed with was from 2 is 1, and he did a video on this yesterday, so I'd highly recommend going there and checking out his video. But I want to talk about it. I want to give you my opinions. None of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion. Nobody really knows 100% how this is going to be rolled out, how it's going to look like. I think we can all pretty much agree that it is going to happen. When officially it's going to happen, we don't know. At least I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows. But I want to talk about a couple of points that a lot of people are concerned about and give you my opinion as to what I think about them. And number one is privacy. A lot of people seem to be up in arms about the privacy aspect of the digital currency that the government is going to be rolling out. And I am just not concerned about that aspect. And I'm going to explain why. I have been for many, many years now using credit cards almost exclusively. There's a couple of instances where I may not use a credit card, but for the most part, I use credit cards almost exclusively. And why is that? Because the bank pays you to use credit cards. And I like to take advantage of reward points, maybe travel reward points, whatever the case may be. I like to take advantage of the bank paying you to use their credit card. So I guess you can say that I can be bought to give up my privacy if that's the way that you choose to look at it. Now, a lot of people say, okay, but you make all these points and rewards, but the stores charge you more money in order for you to make those rewards. And that probably is the case. That probably is 100% true. But everybody pays the same price for most things. Now, there are certain places that, upcharge credit card, charge you a little bit less if you use cash. And in that case, I go somewhere else or just pay the cash price and don't pay the extra price would be to use said credit card. But in most cases, most grocery stores, most places have one single price. They don't have a cash price and a card price. So if you're using cash, in my opinion, you're just missing out and getting some of that money back with all the wrapped up fees that are in those prices already. So that's my opinion on that. Now, not everybody can or should use a credit card if you're not responsible and can't pay it off in a timely manner, which means every month before the interest is due. Then it defeats the whole purpose, in my opinion. The reasons why I use a credit card. Now, the next thing is the transfer of wealth. A lot of people seem to be under the belief that the government is going to, once the CBDC is rolled out, that the government is going to take the wealth from 95%, from the bottom 95% and give it to the top 5%, or from the bottom 99% and give it to the top 1%. Now, I don't do that either. Why? Because our government officials' main objective is to keep their job. And how do they keep their job? They keep their job by you going out to the voting poll, re-electing them. And the chances are is if they are stealing from you, blatantly stealing from you, then you're probably not going to put them back into power. And we in this country do have a choice of who gets elected because we don't live in China. Even if our government did want to do that, I just don't think they would, because once again, they want to keep their job. Now, a lot of people like to talk about how stupid our government is, but a lot of people give them more credit than they deserve, because I just don't think our government is that intelligent. And the reason why I say that is because every time somebody says that our government's going to do this, our government's going to do that, our government's going to steal all your money, I just don't think they're that smart. And I keep going back to the post office. Everything that the government touches turns to doo doo. And the reason I say that is if you just go back to the post office and look at how they deliver mail and can't even get that right, they can't even deliver your mail properly. They can't even deliver mail to the correct address. How many times do you mail something and it gets lost in the mail? How many times do you go get your mail from your mailbox and the mail belongs to somebody else and you have to take it back to the post office, put it back in your mailbox, or just deliver it yourself because the government can't even get that right? So I just think a lot of people give them way too much credit, more credit than they deserve, saying that their IQ is much higher than it actually is. And the other thing I want to talk about is the person to person transaction. A lot of people seem to be under the belief that we are going to go back to transacting at stores with gold and silver, and I just don't see that happen. Now, I like gold and silver. I stack gold and silver. I collect gold and silver, and it's mainly, for me, it's just a alternate savings account. I don't think it's going to become where we're going to be going to the store and we're going to be using gold and silver as a form of payment, as a primary form of payment, because too many people are ignorant to what gold and silver really is. If you go to somebody street, Joe Blow on the street, and say, hey, what is silver? Chances are they're going to point to a color in a crayon box, or they're going to say possibly sterling silver. They're going to point to a watch, and it's going to be some form of jewelry. And the same thing for gold. If you ask anybody on the street what is gold, chances are they're going to say it's some form of jewelry. They're going to say a watch, a ring, a necklace, or something to that effect. And they're not going to point to money. If you ask somebody on the street what is pre-33 gold, or just in conversation start talking about pre-33 gold, they're not going to have a clue as to what you are talking about. And that's why I just don't think gold and silver is ever again going to be the form of money that we're going to be using to spend at stores and stuff like that. I do believe gold and silver is money in the terms of a savings account, but at the end of the day, if you want to spend it, you have to transfer it into either fiat cash. Maybe one day you're going to have to transfer it into a cryptocurrency. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to transfer that into another form of payment to be able to spend it, in my opinion. Now, let me know what your thoughts and your opinions are in that comment section below. Curious to hear what your thoughts are. If you agree, if you disagree, why you agree, why you disagree. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little thumbs up button, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.